basic as all hell. Your name confuses the hell out of my fragile little brain. What is Cayetana?
Yes.
Cayetana, okay.
Yeah.
I've been all day long. I've said it 1,800 different times. Before you ladies walked up, I wrote it phonetically and said it over and over and over and over and over again, just so I wouldn't butcher it. And
No,
now,
you didn't. It's not that serious.
so instead of making an ass out of myself in that way, I'm just making an ass out of myself. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Denver, Colorado. You guys got to help open the festival.
Oh yeah, we opened it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not the most illustrious set time for somebody, but considering you guys have only been a band, what, 2 years? 3?
It's about to be 4.
4. Wow.
This month.
But still, that's a
This
pretty
month. Yeah, this month.
that's a pretty quick timeline to go from playing in the basement to here you are, Riot Fest Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Do you guys get, ladies? I'm gonna say guys so many times. It's a Midwest
That's
thing. I
fine, that's
apologize.
fine.
How did you make? Does this feel like it's really quick for you to get here, or is it a slow process? Being on that ride as a band.
To get to playing Riot Fest.
Yeah. Or just where you're at now. You've got Nervous Like Me. Your LP is out right now. You guys toured with the Menzingers, who are your buddies from Philadelphia, traveled the world. You've done it all in 4 short years. For some bands, 10, 15 years and never get to where you guys are. Did it feel like it was really quick for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it? How is the ride? Is it a scary ride to be a part of?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really fun though. I feel like we're all very, very grateful for where we are.
What I like about your story is that you came into playing music, as far as I know, kind of later in life. It wasn't something you didn't grow up doing it. It was something one day you were play music.
Yeah.
When did you start playing drums?
I was 27. I'm 31 now,
That's
so I haven't
incredible.
been playing for very long.
Yeah, but still, that's unheard of. How many people, we all know those people that sit at home playing Halo, not doing anything with their lives. What made you get up off the couch and decide, I'm going to start a band, we're going to start playing music?
We kind of always wanted to, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things we talk about, I feel like we all always felt like we were observing a lot and going to shows and being very active in our scenes.
Yeah.
And we always wanted it. It's a dream that we all shared. So it was just a good timing. We met each other and we're the time is now.
Did it feel like a Destiny-esque moment, meeting each other?
We always talked about that, yeah. Because I knew Kelly, but I never met Allegra. The day that I actually met Allegra was the day we decided to start a band.
Yeah.
And I never played guitar, so it was it's pretty, when we're at places like this, it feels like
definitely serendipitous, for sure. I feel like every moment of the band has felt very humbling and fateful and serendipitous, for sure.
Nice. And so, getting up off that couch and starting a band and starting to make something, I know from personal experience it can be kind of a daunting, scary thing. How did you get over those fears? How did you make it happen?
I think it was just playing all the time.
Kind of luckily happened. Yeah, it was
We just got thrown into it, and then once it started, it just snowballed.
Yeah. That was kind of a big fear of mine. Okay, we said we're gonna do this, but we'll probably meet up once or twice. It's not gonna work out, or maybe whatever. But it wasn't like that at all. It was the complete opposite. We just loved playing music together, spending time together. So.
Yeah. And who did you? I mean, you come from Philly, or the Philly area. There's such a rich history there. Did you have anybody help guide you to where you are now?
All of our friends have been supportive. And when we don't know something, which starting later, there's a lot of things we didn't know. We'd have people guide us, but in a thoughtful way, where it wasn't you don't know what you're doing. It was here's some advice.
We wouldn't even have played our first show if it wasn't for friends being we're practicing, it's time to play a show, we're booking the show, you're on it.
Yeah, they pretty much made us play our first show.
And you guys had already been participating in the music scene beforehand, right? What were you guys getting into?
Book shows.
Where I used to live in upstate New York, and I booked shows all the time. And then when I moved to Philly, I wanted to keep that going. I booked a few shows, and then kind of stepped back because there was already a scene I had noticed that was in motion, and I was just well, you know what? Booking shows is exhausting. So I'll just start going to them and not worry about it. I booked a couple, but nothing
But we
crazy.
would always go.
But we would
when I
always
met
be in shows.
Kelly was at a show, and
The first thing I did when I moved to Philadelphia was go to a show, and it was the same one that Augusta was at.
Yeah.
And that's where I met the Menzingers for the first time, and that's where I met you for the first time, and it was
is it, like I was telling you a minute ago, I imagine there's a kid out there that wants to be involved and doesn't know how to be involved. How easy is it to become involved in this music scene?
I think it just has to, you have to just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think
yourself
what,
out there.
for me personally, what stopped me from playing was being like, oh, I'll never be good at it, or like no one will ever like me, like just being self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And now it's like, if I can fucking do it, you can do it, because it just, if the spirit's inside of you, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're like the best shredding guitar player, it's just like your sincerity and
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a guitar player. You can book shows, host a radio show, take photos.
Yeah. Any
you can do
capacity.
anything.
Randomly talking to a microphone at people.
Yeah, it's that DIY mentality of like, and you have to have a supportive scene to begin with. I mean, I totally understand like being uncomfortable. Even when I used to book shows, I would get uncomfortable being like, am I doing this right? Am I paying the bands enough? Am I like making everyone comfortable? Is this a cool space? And then at the end of the day, it was like, no, that was a very positive thing that I did for me and my community and the music scene.
And all of those people are just as important as the people playing.
Yeah, and it's very hard to see it that way, but I think that, I don't know, like it's kind of important to take yourself out of your own self-consciousness and be like, no, I'm just gonna do it. And when you do it, like people will embrace you for that.
Totally.
Honesty. Like
You're just
saying,
being
like,
sincere,
honest
I
and
think.
being sincere.
And true to yourself. Like if you don't want to play music and you want to take photos and you're good at it, it's awesome, because you know what? That's so important.
Yeah.
And you need people to book shows.
Yeah, you need, everybody is just
Yeah.
as important as people playing.
And then it's hard work, but it's rewarding work. And if you're doing the right thing, it feels easy.
Yeah.
Did this feel easy for you, getting to where you are now?
It felt
Honestly,
natural.
in a lot of ways, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
It felt,
But
and
it's-
there's personal, we are older, so it's like, we just recently quit our job. We're not 21 anymore,
Yeah.
so there are things like now that are a little bit different, So, but it is rewarding, because then we're here and we're like, oh my gosh, our friends are here, and it's incredible.
And where are you hoping this ride takes you next? What's next on this roller coaster?
Our next record. Writing a new record.
Yeah, we're excited to write new songs, and I think just like, I feel like we all kind of feel like as long as we're feeling comfortable and happy with this crazy roller cycle,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Cool. Awesome. Any timeline idea on that?
On the
On the
record,
Yeah.
when we get home, we're gonna be on tour till October. So when we get home, we're gonna write. We'll see. Maybe we'd like to take our time.
Yeah.
And you guys are hitting up all 3 Riot Fests?
Just
Yeah,
two.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here in Chicago.
Okay, cool. And then the Fest in Gainesville?
Yes.
Awesome, cool.
You gonna be there?
I'm hoping.
You should.
We'll see.
Alright.
We'll see.
You gotta
We'll
go.
see. Need a roadie? I'll just
Yeah.
tag along with you. Cool. Well, ladies, thank you for hanging out and chatting.
Thank you so
It's
much
a
for
pleasure.
having us.
Nervous Like Me was one of my favorite records of last year. Like, honestly, it's